What's up, everyone, and welcome to Classic Video Review, where I watch a movie on VHS and then I review it. Um, why do I do it? Why do I watch VHS? Well, because I love VHS. It's the format I grew up on. It's what I enjoy. I don't know. It's nostalgic for me. Plus, I love the way they sound. They sound so much better than streaming DVDs. I feel like you gotta keep your hand on the remote, turning the volume up and down at certain times. VHS is just like it's perfectly leveled. But there are some rules. I have to own it. Uh, no bootlegs, no recordings off TV. And a new rule I've made recently for myself, I have to have the slipcover or clamshell. Because nobody likes looking at a blank, plain VHS tape when I'm talking about it. Oh, and happy Valentine's Day. I really couldn't find anything um romantic movies that I have. Couldn't really think of anything. But I did find something, and I watched it with my wife, and she was supposed to do the review with me, but she don't want to. Son-in-Law. I'd never seen this film until I watched it with her. So you got the Weasel, Pauly Shore. This is actually, I guess, from my understanding, it's become a cult classic. So, anyways, there's this girl. Her. She's like a Southern belle, raised from the South, kind of on a farm. Not really a farm, I guess. Yeah, kind of. Everything is kind of by the book. Her dad is like a Hank Hill type, and she is leaving home. She's going to college, and her family takes her to the dorm, and he's just like, whoa. I mean, everything that they're not about, they're all witnessing, like right in their face. And then he wants to talk to the guy who runs the dorm. And that's when he meets Pauly Shore. And he's just like, no, no. He was not having it. Well, anyways, she's having a hard time, and she's about ready to leave and go home and just quit. And Pauly brings her in and changes her look, even gets her a tail, talks her into getting a tattoo. They really become great friends. Well, Thanksgiving comes. It's time for her to go home and spend time with the family. And she notices Polly's not going nowhere. He's staying. Until she's like, pack yourself, you're going with. And they get dropped off on the airplane, and just their outfits are so ridiculous. I mean, you talk about 90s look. Whew. Both of them. And they are all just like in just complete disbelief of how they all look. How the two of them look. So anyways, he goes. She sees her high school sweetheart. He wants to marry her. And at a last minute, or she tells Polly to do something. This big old dinner party. And he announces they're actually engaged to be married. And I mean, he's mad. I mean, there's a lot in this movie. There are some moments though that like would not fly today. Like at one point they date rape the high school boyfriend, and one of the farm hands date rape Pauly Shore and this other girl to make it look like they hooked up. So wrong. You think that these two are gonna fall in love, but I never once seen them kiss throughout the entire film. They hint at they're going to, and they certainly look like they might be falling in love, but he never gets the peck. But anyways, he has to prove himself, and he eventually does. He finds his own ways to do the farm work, and eventually becomes kind of part of the family. They start to like him. They get used to him. It wasn't a bad film. Like I said, I had never seen it until this year, and it was okay. Can't remember if I really ever seen a Pauly Shore movie other than Pauly Shore's Dead. So, I think you can find this on Hulu, maybe Amazon, maybe Tubi. Like I said, those are the ones I always say to check. But in a star rating 1 through 5, what do I give Son-in-Law? Head is boring. You know what? 2.8. It's not great. It's very aged. There's some inappropriateness. 2.8. It's okay. It's worth checking out, I suppose. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow, and happy Valentine's Day.